So She-Hulk episode 1 has just dropped, and I have to say I was fairly surprised. This is one of the shows that I was actually hyped for. I must say that I was definitely not disappointed. I knew the show was going to be comedic in tone from everything that I heard about it, and it stuck true to its roots, and I loved Jennifer Walters. I was happy to see Bruce Banner back. I mean, anything Hulk, I'm here for it. And this episode was like a cool introduction to the She-Hulk character, and there were some moments in the episode that stuck out. So hey, just like I did with the boys and provided weekly moments and updates on their episodes, I'm doing the same with She-Hulk. So now let's jump into the video with the top 7 moments in She-Hulk episode 1. At number 7, we have SheHulk vs Titania. Titania's entrance was like, it was something, and I guess the fight wasn't all that I hoped it was going to be, but then again, it was the first episode, it was the ending scene, and I guess they just wanted to introduce something, and they did. That pose that Titania did was just funny as hell, but it was a cool transformation. We saw Jen, even though they didn't show the whole process, but I like how they made the whole scene look grand or some sort, people finding out like she's She-Hulk. And I guess Marvel Studios learned a lot from Quentin Tarantino, and they provided us with feet. It's okay enough playing. Then again, I'm giving the fight a pass because this was the ending scene and it was just introduction to the character Titania. And I know that she is the rival of She-Hulk, and this is not the only episode she's going to be in. And I'm looking forward to a proper fight between these two. At number 6, we have Jen's lab transformation, where Bruce is trying to find out what makes her transform. This also was a funny scene. Like, the whole show is just a fun comedic superhero lawyer show, and this transformation scene was cool. How she, Bruce almost ended her life and then she burst out, hulked out, and how Bruce is trying to calm her down by making that horse sound like he's calming down a horse.
Easy.
Why are you talking to me like I'm a stray horse?
Oh my god. It was funny as hell. I loved this scene. It was just enjoyable to watch. At the 5th spot, we have the post-credit scene. Oh my god. Marvel can never let any of these characters say the F word, like, ever. From Spider-Man Homecoming to this. But I particularly love this scene as they've tried to answer the question, the age-old question that have plagued the MCU universe since it was birthed. And that is Steve Rogers, Captain America, a virgin? And Bruce just spilled the truth because he thought that Jen was drunk and she would probably forget it in the morning. But she was just faking it because she knew that Bruce knew the truth. So Steve did lose his virginity during one of his tours in the first Captain America movie, and I bet it was with this lady, the one who he met briefly in this scene. And James Gunn confirmed that this is Star-Lord's grandmother, Peter Quill's grandmother. I don't care what anybody says, this is one of the funniest post-credit scenes I've ever seen in Marvel. Like, just the sheer comedic value this brings me is just one of the best.
You're not drunk?
Captain America! Fuck!
At number 4, we have the accident scene. This is how Jen's origin begins. This is how she turned into the She-Hulk. And we saw that it was one of the ships from Sakaar. Perhaps one of the Grandmaster ships, because it looked exactly like the one we saw in Thor Ragnarok, just in a different color. Of course, this is going to tie into the World War Hulk movie that has been rumored, and Mark Ruffalo during the premiere says that he'll be down to doing a World War Hulk movie, man, which is a massive deal because the World War Hulk storyline is massive. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. And there are some rumors also floating around that Universal are going to lose their rights to Hulk, which is going to make the movie possible to make. So hopefully that is true, and Marvel Studios are fighting to make this happen. Even though they changed the origins from the comics, it was still a cool sequence nonetheless. At number 3, we have breaking the fourth wall. I mean, She-Hulk is a character that breaks the fourth wall all the time in the comics. Actually, fun fact, she's the first one to actually break the fourth wall before Deadpool, but because Deadpool the movie came out first and Ryan Reynolds just made the character so iconic and popular, people thought that hey, She-Hulk is copying Deadpool, but nope. And I love how they just got straight to the point. There was no dolling around like the first episodes of the other Marvel TV shows, and we just got straight to it. And I'm already loving Tatiana Maslany. She's perfect as She-Hulk and Jennifer Walters, and I can't wait to see more of this. At the second spot, we have the training montage, the training scenes. This was cool. As you guys know, every Marvel hero that gains their new powers or their newfound abilities, they have to go through certain training montage, whether it's huge or little or subtle. It's something that happens to give the character certain growth. And of course, Jennifer Walters doesn't need that. I mean, she did learn some things from not as much as Bruce was the one actually doing the learning. And yeah, this was cool sequence, and I love how Bruce was trying to train her and at the same time getting jealous that she was doing really well. I love Tatiana Maslany's portrayal of Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk, and I just can't wait to see more of her in the upcoming episodes and to interact with the wider MCU universe. At the first spot, yeah, you guessed it, is the Hulk versus She-Hulk moment. The scene was amazing. Of course, this wasn't actually like a real fight. You understand what I mean? This was just a fight between family, and I guess they were evenly matched. But then again, as I said, this wasn't a real fight. But we did get to see some cool abilities from them. You know, the Hulk clap, which is the first time we've seen it since the 2008 movie. The way they just caused distraction to the island, man, they just makes me excited to see the actual fight scenes in this show, like them going like hard against their opponents. Now that's it for the list. I enjoyed this episode. It was fun, it was comedic, it had some, emotional scene there where Bruce said that when people see you as a monster, it never changes. Like, I felt it. And this just makes me excited to see the next episode and the other ones after that. Now let me know in the comments below what you thought of these moments. What were your top 3 moments from this episode, and how excited are you for the next ones? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, turn on our post notification bell not to miss any other video. As always, Nerdy Sage here. See you guys in the next one.